God's own land. Silent description, function. Psalm 13, Babylon's white noise, high frequency, listen at their sirens, rapid fire, consumer advertising jingle, buffalo, digital notification sounds, very human chatter and the low rumble of traffic, representing vanity, the chaotic distraction of the material world, mental noise. 1:30, the face shift, the white noise begins to slow, deliberate but fade simultaneously. A low pure sine wave begins to rise from the subsonic. The call beginning the internal, turn the red fire, not chaos. Twist. The white noise is completely gone. The green, the red, the white noise is completely gone. Keep the red, eight snare drum is now dominant, filling the soundscape, establishing the tempo, activating the third eye frequency, preparing the listener for the Nyabinghi drum. A single clear voice sentence spoken over the weather then southern sun, acting as a fire filled at the knuckles, transition to rhythm, directing the listener's focus. For Jean-Leon, the pump tormentors, the one on a heaven now, slowly fades out. The first beat of the comes on, drops connecting frequency to the grounding frequency. At the pump, connected spiritual activation to the physical presence. I am. Read prophecies online now. Oh, I gonna prophecies online, focus. Oh, I gonna prophecies online now. Oh, I gonna prophecies online, focus. Oh, I they enforcing the vision, the end of the man. They enforcing the vision, the federation. I let him have my decision long in a dope. Let the dating in me the land. We shall play through the lane. million, reinforcing rebellion, feeding revelation. Tendency for the vision, Shafari and Funde, they keep levisating in the young. Words are prayed to Funde. Allez, tigenti so de lam, arriva, 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 allez.
Agricultural and Nyabinghi Earth Center. Each drum beat plants a spiritual seed that will grow into the future Zion. rhythm must fall on good ground. Prepare the soil of your consciousness. Remove the stones of doubt. Remove the weeds of distraction. Make your heart fertile ground for the seed in the beat. Lift this beat. I plant justice congregation. Grow, grow, grow. Lift this beat. I plant peace congregation. Grow, grow, grow. Lift this beat. I plant love congregation. Grow, grow, grow. Lift this beat. I plant vision congregation. Sprout, bloom, bear fruit. The seed does not know it is a tree. It only knows to push toward light. You do not know what your praise will become. You only know to push toward Jah. Just the growth, just the timing. The seed in the beat knows its own season. Some seeds need tears to sprout. Water your prayer with honest sorrow. Water your hope with compassion's rain. Even the desert blooms when the heart lets its waters flow. We may not eat this fruit, but our children will. We may not sit in the shade, but the weary will find rest. We plant with faith, not with sight. Every beat, a seed for Zion's orchard. When the fruit comes, save some seeds. Plant them in your jamming. The harvest sack is not the end. It is the beginning of more planting. This is how Zion grows, beat by beat, seed by seed, generation by generation. In the beginning was the seed, and the seed was with Jah, and the seed was Jah. Plant the divine seed with every. Planted us. See? Not the first time. We cannot come still. We come to do the work. Jump to bring home the world. King was gold, now it is done. This wood was tree, now it is altar. This hand was flesh, now it is spirit. Oh, yeah. What the mouth cannot form,
the drum can shake.
what the mind cannot hold,
The rhythm can't contain.
the prayer too deep for words lives between the beats in the sacred space where breath and skin meet. You thought prayer was word center, but true prayer is frequency center.
vibrating the atoms of creation, reminding all things of their divine tuning. This drum is reminding the universe to remember it is holy. Oh, the prayer doesn't end when the drum stops. It continues in the heartbeat, in the footstep, the breath of the child sleeping. We are living prayer now. Jah hear I, because I am the hearer. Open the eyes of our understanding,
Congregation, give us eyesight, Jah.
to see the glory in a blade of grass,
Congregation, give us eyesight, Jah.
to see the kingdom in a sister's smile,
Congregation, give us eyesight, Jah.
to see the conquering lion in the throne of Ethiopia.
Congregation, give us eyesight, Jah.
Babylon wants you blind.
Congregation, give eyesight.
They say the king is dead.
Congregation, we see him alive.
They say we have no past.
Congregation, we see our history.
They say we have no future.
Congregation, we see Zion ahead.
I see a black king crown. Congregation,
I see our majesty.
I see a line unbroken. Nation, if it's royal seed. I see a people chosen. Congregation,
To plant the righteous seed.
I see a new creation where every lion shall feed.
Nyabinghi says, for the world looks with physical eyes and sees only lack, sees only chains. But the Rastafari'ness, the sight of thy sight, the sight of the spirit, and sees abundance in simplicity, sees freedom in his majesty, sees light in the heart of man. Eyesight is to recognize his imperial majesty in the face of your brother. Eyesight is to see the holy land in the soil beneath your feet. Eyesight is to behold the altar in your own heart. Without eyesight, you are blind in the Garden of Eden. With eyesight, you walked through the valley of the shadow of death and feared no evil. For you see Jah's presence. You see a protection. Open your inner eye, children.
Hallelujah. Was that eyesight of the righteous? Hallelujah. We shall not be moved. Hallelujah. Nothing like just the righteous. Hallelujah. We shall not be moved.
So we give thanks for the eyesight, for the vision of truth and right. May our inner eyes remain open in this world of shadows. May we always see his hand in all creations. Jah Rastafari, ever living, ever sure. Guide our vision, now and forever. Irie.
Yo, slow Nyabinghi jamming. Repeat a minor key reggae groove begins, describing the pain of delusion, seeing only woman in suffering, a call to introspection, asking Jah for sight, walking light. But I look with this soul, uplift the edge, I keep gospel feel, reggae, the moment, the spiritual breakthrough, the realization that just road is not distant, but within I and I. It sets sun, there's the strong within. Back to the minor reggae groove, describing the new vision, seeing giant nature, sun, rain, tree, and in the history of King Selassie, this king this ghetto. It's not just songs, this ground. Gospel feel, a direct prayer declaration of faith, affirming the reality of the vision, the promise that just reality cannot be shaken by Babylon. Trot and Nyabinghi, chant returns fading out, exhortation and praise, hallelujah, Jah Rastafari. The drums drive the vision into the listener's spirit. Frequency, yeah. Oh, righteous frequency. Oh, Allah, way on the T, such dial. The balance static is denial. Find the righteous frequency, the clear channel of the free. So be your spirit, such a dial. Babylon static is denial. Find the righteous frequency, the clear channel of the free. This sign of see now, strong and vital, breaking for God's went through for both Iron's voice, receiving the message, mouth of ear, but with bone, not with mind, but with throne. The message isn't words, it's being. The truth isn't heard, it's seeing. 2244 of the eternal sport. Child evermore, he live forever. All about the truth, resonate the proof, vibrate with the real, make the unseen feel. This frequency heals, this frequency reveals, standing firm in the sound of holy ground. God feel it, fire, speak love. Got it, foundation. Carry this calibration into every situation. See through static, see through lies with your vision eyes. Eternal signal. All I am unto to Zion.
We stand on shoulders we cannot see. We walk a path others cleared with bleeding feet. We drum a rhythm older than our bones. Ancestors, you can hear the heartbeat of this drum. Know it beats for you too. Join the circle. Complete this groundation.
Funde's click. Steady, steady. I hear grandfather in the pump's deep tone. Strong, strong. I hear the martyrs in the repeaters cry. Congregation, never die, never die. We planned it so you could be. We marched so you could stand. We freed so you could see. Now drum our unfinished song. Drum our unrealized vision. Drum us into the future. We are not the first to praise this name. We are not the last to feel this fire. We are the bridge between what was, what must be. The ancestors' hope, the unborn's promise, meeting in our drumming hands, meeting in our chanting throats.
Do not think of ancestors as only those who passed. You are someone's ancestor right now. What rhythm are you planting in the soil of time? What praise are you building for your great-grandchild to stand upon? Every beat of this drum is a seed for a forest you will never sit under. Drum with eternity in your hands.
To the ancestors behind the bus, we give thanks for the past.
To the generations before us,
we give thanks for the vision.
to the unborn ahead of us,
We drum a foundation alive, sisters.
the eternal now that holds us all.
Jah Rastafari ever living.
From the valley of shadows I heard the call. Babylon walls are bound to fall. I looked to the east, saw the morning light. His majesty's crown burning bright, yes, so bright. Not in the mansion, not in the steeple, but in the hearts of the poor, the common people. The teachings of Christ in a reggae rhyme. Salvation found in imperial time. Hallelujah,
Hail the King. This is the gospel, the truth I have to carry. From roots, the root King David, to the conquering lion. This is my redemption, my only Zion. Yes, I sing a reggae gospel, as the praise, for I to see his glorious days. They said I was lost, a rebel, a fool, but I was searching for a righteous rule. Then I read the Chronicles, chapter and verse, saw the prophecy fulfilled, reverse the curse. Ethiopia, her hands stretched out to God. On this truth I steadily trod. The lamb and the lion share the same throne in Selassie I, the flesh and the bone. Hallelujah, hail the King, Rastafari. This is the gospel, the truth I have to carry. From the with King David to the conquering lion. This is my redemption, my only Zion. Yes, I sing a reggae gospel, Rasta praise, for I to see his glorious days. So let the Pharisees rage, let the doubters deny. I see the living God with my spiritual light. It's not about a man up in the sky, it's about a spirit living high in you, in me, in all creation, leading the flock to a new foundation, a liberty, a love and peace and right, fighting the oppression with all of our might. Hallelujah, yes, I hail him, hail the King, Emperor. This is the gospel, the truth I have to carry forever. King David to the conquering lion. This is my redemption, Zion, only Zion. Yes, I sing a reggae gospel, Rasta praise, heart of love and the night to see his glorious.
Start Prophetic Nyabinghi, we chant. The drum circle is a living altar where spiritual fires kindle can distribute.
We do not build with stone or wood, we build with rhythm and breath. This circle is our altar, these drums are our sacrifice, not a blood but a vibration. Let the fire descend, send the fire, consuming fire. Not to burn the flame, not to burn the veil, not to destroy the body, but to destroy the lies. Holy fire, Rastafari fire. I see it above the circle, a pillar of living flame. Not hot to the skin, but hot to the spirit. It burns away fear, it burns away smallness, it burns away separation. Let it burn, let it burn. Sister, in this fire, I see my true face. Not the face in the mirror, but prefer his stuff for me, God before Jesus. But brother, in this fire, I see my true work. Not the job for money, but the purpose for which I was breathed into being. Take ember from this altar, place it on your tongue, let your words be fiery truth. Place it in your hand, never poker a spirit revealer. Place it in the fiery presence. Nobody in the fire. Oh, sect I'm now a glass of pace. Thank you again. Set the fire. Set the fire. Down to burn the faith. Down to burn the faith. Stand the fire. To give you the lies. Lumen fire. Oh, splash out like fire. Set the fire. Becomes in the chain. The smolders in the cave. The sparks in the prayer can carry the sacred faith to the circle of the bay. Before you play, before you chat, remember the battle that's out of front, the road, giving that up, so you can return. This breath is not just alone. It is the forest breathing you, the ocean breathing you, the lion breathing you. You are not breathing, you are being breathed by creation itself. I breathe what the tree exhales, the tree breathes what I exhale. We share one atmosphere, we share one spirit. Together this is Zion, not a place, a shared bed. Oh, breathe the King's majesty out, release Babylon's light. In, draw the ancestor strength out, become the future's hope. The first covenant was not in words, was not in stone, was in the breath. I give you my breath, and in every inhalation, remember I am within you. And in every exhalation, remember you are in me. This is the everlasting covenant. Take this awareness from the circle. Let your walking be conscious breathing. Let your speaking be conscious breathing. Let your silence be conscious breathing. You are the living Zion. With every breath, you prove it. It's a glittering sickness, a fever dream. They trade the tomorrow for a plastic gleam, chasing reflections in a broken stream. Can you see the veil? Can you feel the seam? They build the towers on the sandy shelf and call the prison cell the cell. They worship numbers in a banker's book with a hungry, hollow, distant look. They sell you peace inside a pill, while the truth springs from Zion's hill. They photograph a soul's decay and call the captured image play. Whoa, a vanity, a painted screen. But I'm looking through the veil, past the glitter and the false retail, where the image cracks and the truth prevails. Through the veil, past the puppet show, the for sale tale, to the substance that will never fail. I renounce the curse of the fray and pale. Through the veil, they crown a king on a TV throne, made of ratings, flesh and bone. They teach the children how to plead for the things they do not need. They call the bondage freedom's choice, a drum that still small inner voice, with a million whispers slick and sweet, that turn the strong man to weak. Oh, vanity, the deathly meal. But I'm looking through the veil, past the glitter and the false retail, where the image cracks and the truth prevails. Through the veil, past the puppet show, the for sale tale, to the substance that will never fail. I renounce the curse and the frail and pale. Through the
prophet's interjection. For the veil is not a wall, it is a curtain. And a curtain can be drawn. It is not a lock, it is suggestion. And a suggestion can be refused.
They need your belief to make it real, your distracted eye to give it steel. So withdraw all your gaze and warn your faith to watch the mirage.
Turns with a fierce, militant, rude walk that stabs like flashes of insight. The bass line becomes his commanding voice. Samples swirl in the dub space, a shattered mirror, tear, paper, clouds, and essence, an athlete. See it run, swirling nuts.
Gonna give it deep. Oh, it's right to lose it. Oh, look in the veil, past the glitter of the false retail, where the indisposed touch the true retail. Full of the veil, full of the veil. Whoa, whoa. Elder drum master, before word was rhythm, before thought was pulse, we do not play the drum, we answer it. It calls from the center where I and I are one. Let your mind drop into your chest. Let your chest drop into the ground. Now listen for the heartbeat you share with the soil and the king. Voice of the palm. First foundation, the Alpha thumb, the I and I. This is the pump of Mount Zion, the systole and diastole of the cosmic body. Let your heart follow. Steady, steady. Truth is steady, spine straight, mind clearing at this time of ready. The pump is the feeling, the Funde is the knowing. It marks the path the spirit must be going. This is the backbone of His Majesty's law unbending. Wama behind the face. In the sacred space, it searches, it probes, it unravels the knots in the road. It is the spirit's conversation with the soul. Elder, I'm this rigging, this vibration of the lion's mane. It is the frequency of a crowned head. It is the resonant tone of the Ark of the Covenant, alive. Do not try to understand it with the power. Before the first drum, silence. Before the first word, silence. We enter the circle to exit the maze. We closer to wide, to open the one. Let vanity fall, like dust from a shaken cloth. Prepare the inner vessel for the filling. What you chase is a shadow, tap, tap. What you fear is a story. Vanity, tap, tap, tap. What you fear is a story. Vanity, tap, tap, tap. What you think you own is alone. Vanity, tap, tap, tap. What you fear is a story. Vanity. Ask, who are you behind the face? Behind the rank, behind behind the race, behind the cage you plead to space. It chatters at the walls you build until they become sad. It whispers of a face within, a face you must understand. Listen to the spaces between the tabs. Hey. Not in the golden statue, but in the gold within the rock. Not in the shouted title, but in the peace after the talk. Not in the distant heaven, but in the breath within the lung. Not in the promise someday, but in the now up on the tongue.
Up to the station on a climb, look to the top of the leaf. You see John in a miracle to your heart. Miracle you borrow every second. You see John in his majesty. Then look upon your brother with reverence. Look upon your sister as a sacred nation. For I and I is not two, it is one consciousness seeing itself in the mirror of creation. The eye that beholds Jah is the same eye that Jah uses to behold you.
Rising in the thunderclap, or burning in the sky. Wasn't in the temple where the pious go to cry. It was in the stillness when the noise began to fade. Whisper in the silence that the chaos could not shade. I was tracing lines of worry on my own familiar face, when the mirror turned to water and I saw another place. I saw a royal lineage, a thread I couldn't break, a branch upon a living tree for my own self's sake. Suddenly I see the crown in the current of this story. Suddenly I know the roots in the river that makes all things grow. Not a statue on a shelf, but the breath in my chest. Not the ghost in the clouds, but the love manifests in the lion's patient gaze. The old cosmos unfurled. Jah Rastafari, the vision of the world. I looked up on the mountain and I saw a living throne. I looked into the fire and I knew I was not alone. I heard the old man's prophecy, now tells a distant tale. But as the morning's headline delivered without fail, the kindness of a stranger in the struggle of the poor, in the seed that splits the concrete on the barren valley floor, in every act of courage that says I shall not be moved. I saw the king's own signature, the royal mark approved. Suddenly I see the man in the majesty in man. Suddenly I know the beginning and the end of the great I am. Split not a theory in a book, but the light in the leaf. Not a wish upon a star, but the concrete relief in the rhythm of my blood. The banner is unfurled. Jah Rastafari, the vision of the world. Sight is not a picture, it's a pulse. It is not an opinion, it is a fact of being. To see Selassie I is Jah, is to see the motion in the drop. To see Jah as the life force, is to feel the drum in the heartbeat. It is to look at the tree and see a nerve of God. To look at the brother and see a cell of the living king. The vision is the lens that turns all of creation who will live in throne room. I saw in triumphant words like ups and ups. Trumpets and trombones in a joyous, declarative fanfare. The organ guns, a ladder, major chords, the bass dances. It is the sound of scales falling from eyes of a mind set free. along the hillside. Can you see it? Can you see? Not with I water, but with I water. The well within not run empty. Open the inner lead. Let the vision slide. Eyesight I see what flesh and blood try to hide. Me wash me eyes in game. Morning dew, eyesight renew, eyesight renew. Me wash me eyes with tears from Bobby and Swell to see the meaning of it all. Where you see a beggar, eyesight see. I say a king in chains. Where you see a weak, eyesight see. The healing of the nations. Where you see a ruin, eyesight see. A temple waiting to rise. Where you see a man, eyesight see. God in disguise. Where you see a throne, eyesight see a burden heavy to bear. Where you see a throne, eyesight see a judgment seat. Where you see history, eyesight see a story complete. Where you see death, eyesight see a victory bittersweet. Eyesight to see the lion on the Judah throne. Boom, 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 boom. Not a statue made of stone. Eyesight to see the roots of the great tree. Running into air, the fire in the cloud. Calling the humble, scattering the proud. Eyesight I see, eyesight I see. Jah living I and I in He. Water, take the scale from off my eye. The scale of doubt, the scale of light. The scale of fear, the scale of fight. That separate eye from mine. Let I see the thread in your garment, moving through all creation. Let us see my own face in the pool of your salvation. Give I eyesight, for the time is not to see the branch upon the brow. Eyesight, I see answer. I'm eyesight, Sarah. Eyesight, I see your song, sinner. I'm eyesight, Sarah. Eyesight, I see the song to you. I'm eyesight, Sarah. Eyesight, I see the universe. In my ears, Selassie, I see. On the surface, for the surface is a lie. Look not with the outer eye, for the outer eye will die. Look with the eye inside the eye, the eternal witness within, where the king and the kingdom have always been. Strike the drum for the seeing one. Funde, strip away the gold paint. Congregation, reveal the golden throne. Strip away the ceremony. Congregation, reveal the king alone. Strip away the history book. Congregation, reveal the living word. Strip away the fisherman. Congregation, reveal the net that caught the world. Eyesight see the stable is a palace. Eyesight see the thorn crown is a diadem. Eyesight see the manger is the ark of the covenant. Eyesight see the refugee is the emperor of heaven.
see the war is a spiritual battle. Eyesight see the wound is a portal. Eyesight see the scoffers of the fulfilled prophecy. Eyesight see the man on the throne of David is God's own technology.
They looked for a chariot from the sky. Eyesight saw a train to Addis Ababa. They looked for a sword in its hand. Eyesight saw a pen signing the charter. They looked for an end to the world. Eyesight saw the beginning of a mind. Your revelation of John is not a threat, children. It's an eye exam.
And we have read the chart, and we have seen the letters, and the letters spell I and I, the eye in the center of the iris, the eye in the center of the island, the eye that was and is, and I will be Selah. Eyesight sees the H is silent. Eyesight sees the I is loud. Eyesight sees the name is not just spoken, but seen in a black cloud. Not a cloud of darkness, a cloud of witnesses, seeing which one eye, the eye of the eye in the sea. Oh, and the eye inside my eye sees the eye inside your eye. From the eye inside your eye, since the eye inside his eye, then all eyes become one eye.
Oh, victorious Rasta. Let it down. Westline pump drum is heavy and prominent. Me rivers bounding around the 30-80 estate a state. No matter about the future, them are more about the past. But it's no the foundation and it's no it must last. The punch on come blood, the river deep and low. Sea stoves dust fantis, nuts and rock fantis. Folks wherever since go, so this love spirits and sports sensors can still please claim Santa's a spirit cause his presence and Francis name. This one don't your roses with the pressure and the doubt response makes stand slips and splits, stand and splits. So the vision that they hold up, portrait fish in it, they speak. Shots, just a for a star. This pumps makes his mercy. This book raise this one speed. Sports on station shots, on solutions perfect. It's a spiritual do not just a wooden shell. Society's frequency, it seeds from the air. The spine of knowing the folk steps back slightly, the Funde's crisp. Then it will be stop from shots give assist. 2 eyes but battle and give sis 2 screens. This she step on sessions, this on speed. Spot this foundation song. Clean sons, cleans like sun spill. She spines, songs, she shoot. No time for the eye to chat them still. It's focus, this attention, shoot, slow, choose this nice. This discipline, spine, shoot. Full slower than the chance, relax and alert. Show things this vision steady so the message won't be heard. But me tell every day, takes this Hellenic sticks, dance, Pastor Farad style. This one sets chances. Please don't let bit streets lost it. Listen to this akimbos. The spirits whisper loud for than shirts. Sun shares at spots choose this cloud. Rat-tat-tat-tanks as swift sunsets and share. Some robbers this soul starts. This makes no splat. This slaves patterns of creations. This sequence songs don't cease. This liberty is strong. Slow locks and some smoke chant Rastafari style. It's rapid track again. This is that fiction my cheat. Cause this one won't wanna know it. It's this Trinity beat. Just that's the finance law. This pope's fed says dance, please. show up stuff, solutions again. This is on my side, I sense that for